Greetings, everyone. I'm Del with Healing Frequencies Music, and this is another video in the overview series where I am going over some of the blog posts and just putting key points to key blog posts. And in this particular one, we're going to go over the colors and nanometers and how that translates to hertz in musical frequencies. And as usual, I've got a PowerPoint presentation because I want you to see the pictures of what it is. And again, excuse me, hair in my face. I'll just get the screen shared and we shall begin. And then we'll get the slide to start from the very beginning. You know, it's a very good place to start. Everybody sing along now. Because so this is the overview of the colors and musical frequencies and how they relate to one another. Oh, I need to move myself first. I'm going to move myself over here this time. I may have to move myself a few times because I can't remember where the things are. But this is showing the frequency spectrum. And you're going to notice that visible light is in between ultraviolet and infrared. And hertz are on the far left of that thing. And the visible light is kind of a little bit past the middle to the right. And that nanometers, which is a color, their frequencies to hertz musical frequencies, you have to literally take it down 40 octaves. So whatever the nanometer is, you divide it by 40 times, divide by 2, 40 times, and then you get into the hearing range. That's how you figure out what it is. So you can see it in this particular picture, the avocado green, the favorite color from the 70s, that is on the far left. And notice over here that there's your visible light spectrum, which is right there. So I'd say it's about 2/3. And I mean, on the chart, now you're going to notice that the bigger wavelengths and the audible ones are going to be at the very bottom of the frequency range. And then you're starting to get, the closer the waves get together, those are higher frequencies, higher pitches. So that explains that. Now, one of the reasons I'm going to go ahead and move myself again, close your eyes so you don't get dizzy. Okay. I see this all the time, and that's one of the reasons I'm doing this video, is so that you can see a lot of charts, especially the ones that are talking about chakras and the energy centers, always show C as red. Well, if you do the math, C is actually green. And here are the musical colors. Now, I'm not giving the sharps and flats because they're going to be somewhere in between, but I have another chart that will show that. So C is green, D is blue, E is in the violets, F is violet to infrared, G is red-orange, it's a red-orange combination, A is orange-yellow, B is yellow-green, and then, of course, the flats and sharps are somewhere in between there. B flat would be actual yellow. All righty. Beautiful leaves in that picture. All right, here is the musical, and dude, I have to move myself again. This is a weird slide. Don't usually have to do that. So sorry. You're going to see the notes in the very left column, and then the hertz frequencies in the middle, and you can see that this is based on A440 and the wavelength of that particular frequency. Now you're looking at this and you see A sharp, B flat. Well, in modern music, A sharp and B flat are the same note. But back in the Renaissance and the Baroque era, they were actually two different notes, and A sharp is slightly lower than B flat. As you can see on here, A sharp is 457.75 hertz, whereas B flat is 472.27 hertz. And then the note B and the note C flat. C flat and B are the same note in equal temperament. And this is confusing to a lot of people, but that is because depending on how you're tuning and what key you are in, You're going to lower the major thirds. You might raise other intervals to make them play more pure. And so in the key of E, you're going to call it a G sharp for the third, whereas in the key of E flat, you're going to call it, you'll still call it a G, but if it's a D flat, you're going to call it, if you're in the key of D flat, you're going to call it a G flat, because everything was based on keys that were related to other keys, so the tuning would work. This is called Lucy tuning, which is fairly close to how it used to be. And we automatically now, musicians, adjust based on where the notes fit within the chords. But notice the colors. C is really green. Then you've got your B as the yellow green and B flat is yellow. And E sharp, F, invisible violet, invisible red. F sharp is an infrared. G flat is a red. Then you go and there's your G, which is your red orange. So this is showing the actual colors of the musical pitches. All right, moving along, and this is the last slide. You're going to see this on a keyboard. So if you don't find a keyboard that looks like this, always look for the one to the left of the group of 2 black keys. That note is a C. And you're going to notice these are all of these greens. Those are octaves of Cs. Okay. Therefore, that key is always going to be to the left of the 2 black keys. That note should be green on any keyboard that you look at. And a lot of them have that note as red. But C is green and G is red. And not that that makes a whole lot of difference to a whole lot of people, but that is very confusing. And I do get asked about it a lot. So that's why I'm completely separating out this part of a teaching that I've done in the, I think it's in the frequency basics class. And I've just taken this one little teeny piece and I'm making it into a small presentation for you. Okay. On that note, I'm going to stop sharing. So if you have any other questions about that, feel free to put them in the comments below. I also have several articles on the website that I present some of this information. There's a lot of this information in the frequency basics course, and that's about 400 pages of all frequency related research that I've done over the years. So if you're just looking for lots of good frequency related information, that's the place to do it. Okay, it's a short video, but there you go, and we'll see you in the next one.